much does that open the floor for the rest of you guys to make some shots with these?
Because at the end of the day, I think in basketball, you got to decide what you're going to do. You're going to let Oscar score every time, or you're going to let the guys make some shots, make shots. And it's a hard thing to kind of pick your poison almost. I think the first half took us a minute to realize that. And once we got it going, obviously he got it going and kept on to him. And he kind of carried on our offense and we made some explosive plays.
So I know Cal really wants you guys to run basically against every opponent, it seems like. But how tough is that when it seems like every opponent kind of, that's part of their game plan is to keep you guys from getting in transition?
Yeah, sometimes it's not always just for transition baskets. It's just the wear on you against your legs. And I think that's what happened the past 2 games. With Michigan, the ball pressure and us constantly running. It's not always just for that one pass, a layup, one pass, another pass, 3 ball. It's just, man, you got to have that conscious answer to keep emphasizing running back, running back, running back. And that wears on you when you practice like that. So there's not always just for transition baskets, just to weigh on you. I think it happened again as well in the second half of this game.
I would think mentally that would also wear them down when they're always having to constantly think about they're going to be trying to do this.
Yeah, definitely. It forces you to think and play. And, they're a good offensive team. They scored 80 points, so they're trying to play fast, but we're a different kind of fast. We're trying to make it a track meet. Whether they make it, whether they miss it. And we did that, and, got Oscar going really early, and, he maintained that in the second half for sure.
What was the lull in the first half where nothing seemed to, no shots were going down, Oscar was passing up shots, everybody seemed to be passing too much? Is that fair?
I think that's just part of having an unselfish team. I think that's when Coach kind of pulled them to the side, like, yo, you're there, just score the ball. When you have an unselfish team who's playing for each other, sometimes that might happen. And you think it's a good thing rather than, because you can fix, passing too much than a guy just every time he gets it, he's shooting it. But we realized that, we got some movement going. We got Oscar the ball and he finished.
What's the key to getting the half-court offense kind of going and clicking and more consistent?
I don't know. I think we're 6th in the country or 5 in the country in offensive efficiency, so I think we're doing some pretty good stuff. But ultimately, just moving the ball and finding who has it going. Tonight was Oscar night, and we got it to him, and he made plays.
Sahvir, you and Kaysen playing that point guard position, and there's naturally a situation where there could be some friction, and yet you guys seem to get along, symbiotic. What's your secret with that, and how do you see that continuing in the future?
I think that's you. I think that's you guys. There's a lot of the media saying that. I never have any friction. Even last year, people say it was going to be friction with Ty, and that's never the case. When the half court is, when it's a set, dead ball, I get it. And sometimes, when there's a rebound, I just run and Kaysen has it. I think we just naturally feed off each other that way. And when you have 2, aggressive guards, downhill guards, guys who can defend on both ends like that, it's easy to play off each other. And I know where he's at, he knows where I'm at, and we kind of talk throughout the game about what we've seen and what we could do better. And that's what we're doing so far, and it's been pretty good, and we're only going to do better.
Hey Sahvir, you're matched up against Yale point guard Bez and Bang. I know Yale is a little lower in the rankings than teams you usually play, but what do you think of his defense tonight against you?
I don't have any thoughts about his defense. My job is to come and win the game and make plays for my teammates. And tonight, it was Oscar's night. He got it done, and we won the game. So that's my biggest thing. That's my whole focus going into the game is try to make plays and try to win.
On the Yale defense in general, though, how did they stack up against other teams you played thus far?
They played similar to some of the teams we played as far as like Bellarmine and I think the Midwestern. I forget the name of the team. The exhibition game. And they try to keep everything in. But I think our movement in the second half and us getting back to our pace and playing with pace and making early quick reads kind of got them to loosen up, and we were able to get some easy stuff.
How do you try and get CJ more shots, just kind of get him going? He's kind of been in this, not necessarily slump the last few games, but just hasn't been getting off the shots that he needs. How do you try and get him more involved with that?
I think some of it's just the flow of the game. CJ's going to, he started off the year so crazy. I think teams are just starting to emphasize it, man. He was a career 50% three-point shooter, so it's going to be hard to get him some shots. But we're definitely going to keep watching film and find ways he can get shots. We're going to need him to shoot him and need him to make them. Give it a game or so, he'll be back to where he was. And I'm going to make sure I try to get him some looks and stay in his ear by staying aggressive. And not only just looking for the three-point shot, playoff closeout, shoot the floater, get to the free throw line. That way they change the way you close it out. Like, oh, he might drive it now. Now that frees up the catch and shoot three or the side step three. So, and also just watch the film myself and see different ways where I can give him the ball.
Coach said that he actually had to encourage him to shoot it today. Is that something that you've really had to ever do since he's been here, CJ? To encourage him to shoot it?
Coach encouraged everybody to shoot. He took Kellen out of the games some last year because he wouldn't shoot. His play against North Carolina last year, you can literally hear Coach Cal saying, "Shoot it, tie." So there's been different times. Coach encourages everybody to shoot, not just CJ or not just people in the past. He wants guys who make shots to take them and be aggressive, and that's what we need from him in order for us to be good.
Sahvir, you just talked about getting back to the pace, especially when teams like Bellarmine, Missouri Western, and like today they slow the game. What makes it so difficult for this team's offense to get going, and what do you guys need to improve on?
I think we had a good start. I think we were scoring the ball. I think it was just a little drought that we had, but I think we scored the ball pretty well. And I think what teams are doing is they're emphasizing getting back so much. So instead of sending 2 or 3 at the glass, they'll send 1, and everybody else is running back in transition, or they'll send all 5 to the glass, where now they're getting an offensive rebound, laying it up. Now we're in half-court offense. So it's not necessarily. There's a lot of things. But I think for us, it's just, regardless of what happens, is to keep running. Not only just for our transition points, like I said earlier, but just to wear on the legs. At some point, somebody's got to let go of the rope. And we were the team that did it, and we kind of made a run in order to open the game up a little bit.
How has Chris just progressed over the first stretch of the season?
Chris has made unbelievable strides, not just as a player and skill, but I think mentally, being able to retain concepts, absorb stuff like a sponge, being coachable, and getting better of doing what he does in practice and carrying it over to the game as far as scouting, and that's helped him. And also his aggressiveness towards rebounding, towards running the floor, being strong with it, making contact layups, making the three. He's being aggressive, and every game you can kind of see that maturation of him and his mindset. And we're going to need him in the game. I know he's going to win a game for us at some point this year.
Sahvir, you've accomplished a lot in your career. Congratulations on the 1,000. You mentioned the media, and I know you love this. You've always loved interacting with the media, but does it ever get overbearing to have like 20,000 fans kind of scrutinizing your every move?
Nah. What's crazy is, media, that's a part of what we do. That's part of what makes us, Without media, we wouldn't be, just not looking at it from a positive side, the branding aspect. You can create businesses with the media. It's not just, questions and answers after a game or before a game. So the media does so many other great things besides scrutinize, I guess. But I think some of the things that I've done this year is I made a separate social media account that has nothing to do with sports, just stuff I personally love, like video games, cars, movies, cartoons, and I'm just on that. So I don't even see any of that stuff anymore. And I'm on my Instagram just for, NIL stuff, or if I want to post or repost my brother. So I'm not really on it. So if you guys are saying some great stuff, I have no idea. And if you guys are killing me, I have no idea. So, it's been good. I love the fans. I know the fans who are at the games, they show love. And the fans who come up to me show love. So it's been pretty good, awesome so far this year.
You've got a lot of supporters, but there are a lot of people killing you too.
Yeah, that's part of it. As far as if you're not doing anything right, you won't have anyone hating on you. So it's all part of it. I've learned to embrace it, enjoy it, and keep learning and keep on winning.
Couple more questions.
Yeah, Oscar says it's as simple as getting him the ball. You're as good as anybody to do that. What do you think about that as a blueprint moving forward?
Yeah, sometimes you gotta pass it too. Sometimes he just and shoot it like, no, I can get you an easier shot. But say it was Oscar's night, he was on fire. He was. That is the National Player of the Year. He put on that kind of performance. It was big time for him, big time for us. Because, sometimes you gotta be reminded of who you're playing with, and Oscar did that, and that's big time.
Sahvir, you mentioned the preseason. I think it was media day that the Madison Square Garden game is one that you really were looking forward to. Not necessarily the opponent, but the venue. Just what, now that it's here, coming up, what are you looking forward to that game about?
Obviously, you know, the opponent. You know, I'm gonna say this every time you guys ask. That's the reason why I came here, is to play against the best, be coached by the best, and play with the best. So from that aspect, I mean, that's why I love it. But I'm from New York, from Harlem, New York. All my family is there. I'm excited to see them. I haven't seen them, you know, since last year, and some of them are probably going to come. I haven't seen them in an even longer time than that. So I think that's the thing I'm most excited for. And obviously, it's Madison Square Garden. It's the best venue to play in the world. Just that energy, feel that energy again, to be out there and play in front of fans who genuinely love basketball. Here in Kentucky, they love it, but in New York, it's a different level. You know, I'm super excited for that opportunity and can't wait to get out there and compete.
Do you have a ballpark of like how many family, friends might come to the game?
Man,
Or based on last year?
I remember last year, I'm thinking, like I didn't realize how many of my teammates are kind of like from that area. So I'm telling all my family members, yeah, come on, yeah, I got tickets for you, I come to game time or around like the day of the game, I'm assigning my tickets. I'm like, yo, I have no tickets. So just to make sure everybody was happy, I ended up buying tickets for my family, and they don't know. So when they watch this, they're gonna find this out. But they all sat front row, right under the hoop. Thank God for NIL. So I was able to do that, but they smile on their faces, and you know, even though we lost, but just to see them and see their family members out there, and you know, repping the Wheeler name and everything else who's related to me was awesome to see.
And was that the first time you'd ever played in MSG?
Yes, that was the first time I ever played.
Okay. And I assume looking forward to a different outcome this time around?
For sure.
You grew up a Knicks fan?
Yes,
Okay.
I am a Knicks fan, and a Yankees fan, and a Giants fan, and a Rangers fan.
All New York.
Thanks, Sal.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Sahvir.
Zach, what's up?